you can't deny that it's beyond coincidence that America's most hated enemy over the past 10 years has been a character named Osama. And then America's greatest hope that was fed to the people years ago is named Obama. Basically, you know, a B is like a complete figure 8, an 8. You know, BB is interchangeable with 8. But an S is basically an incomplete 8 or an incomplete B, if you want to look at that. It's ridiculous how close the names are. Now, Wes, one of the frequent commenters, says that it's actually a neurolinguistic spell. And you know what? I'd have to agree with that because it's funny. You know, it was amusing at first when people would say, "Hey, here on the mainstream news, I heard mainstream host A saying that instead of saying we're hunting down Osama, he said we're hunting down Obama." Or one host, you know, I'm saying host like mainstream. When I say host, I'm talking about like people, television anchors and whatnot, saying, "Yes, Osama has been elected president of the United States. Osama is the first black man we've ever had running the United States." And I've noticed on a few occasions when I'm talking to people, I'll say it myself. Instead of saying Obama, I'll say Osama or vice versa. And there's a reason for that, okay? This is part of you can call it a spell, you can call it a program. Technology is magic, okay? And when you're looking at something like that, it really is the use of technology. Language is a form of technology, especially when it is given to us. It's the machine instruction set. Go back and look over the show I did with Dennis. It's English and NLP language. So, after putting that out there, it turns out that I hear from other people that I know that I am not the only one out there who realizes or sees that Osama and Obama look uncannily alike. But on top of that, there's some speculating that they are one and the same. Now, I don't know if I go that far. That seems pretty out there. But, you know, is there a chance of it? Well, they both have a very shady history. In other words, like an almost non-existent history. And if you take a step back and think about it, we know that they hate us. And when I say they, I'm talking about the people that run our media, the pederasts, the servants of the nobility and the priest class, the temple doggies, the little bitch boys as I call them. They despise us, and they think they're superior to us. And I keep showing, especially like I said in my documentary, Don't Go West, they like rubbing our own poo in our faces because they think we're so stupid. So, think about what a better joke to play on us stupid morons than to take the same person that a good number of us morons have been programmed to hate and basically repackaging him to us and reselling him to us as the person we should love. All right? Now, there's a great way to show our disdain for us, their disdain for us, to make fun of us, and to show us how stupid we are. Oh, he got hit by lightning. He had the fast boats. Oh, they're completely different, despite the fact that they look alike and their names are so similar. Now, I'm not saying that they are one and the same. I'm just saying we have to entertain that possibility. And I'm getting into an area because, like, when I got into NLP, I had firm footing to walk because it's something I could relate my wisdom and experience to. Same with pretty much everything else that I've gone through. You know, it's a combination of my spiritual growth, my intellectual growth, and combining it with the events of my life and what I see and putting things together. This is an area where I really don't have any footing. So I know I'm taking a leap here, or a step out towards the unknown. I know there's something here and I don't quite understand it. And I'm saying it's time for us, some of us, to actually consider this. And I've spent a good part of this week considering things that I previously would not have considered. And this is but one of them. Now, I don't know. Are they the same? They could be. It could be the same person. Why not? We don't know how much of what we get is made up. It could all be made up. It's just that, you know, as We've talked about the dumb show. It's just a dumb show put up. Even the movie Conspiracy Theory talked about that. There's a possibility that they're clones. I've read some people who believe that cloning technology has been in place for humans for quite some time, and they can form a clone in a very little time. I don't know. That's one of those things like, it's as plausible, well, slightly more plausible than, what was it, cybernetically enhanced attack baboons? Yeah, it's somewhere above that. So, I don't want to step off into that, but, so I can't say clone. I could say cousin's a lot easier, but that's just from my viewpoint, because I don't have the answer. Now, a guy called, I can't remember his name, but he does a show called Antimatter Radio, and I found this afterwards. He does a show, and he's got a YouTube video he put out of his show, and he does palm print analysis of Obama and Osama. And I'll tell you this, it's uncanny that how similar their palm prints are. Now, in many ways, especially if you ask palmists, they will tell you that someone's palm print is as unique as a handprint. So, whatever the story is, whatever it is, and I don't know what it is, whatever it is, you have to say, all right, if their palms are almost identical, they said there's just one area that's different, otherwise they're completely identical, according to the guy from Antimatter Radio. And he supports it. So, we got two guys that have remarkably similar names, look remarkably alike, have the same facial structure, both have almost no past, so they're interchangeable, and they have pretty much, for all intents and purposes, the same handprint, or even like, let's say, the same fingerprint, which we're told is identical. I mean, I'm not saying they do, but they have the same palm print, which is pretty much like a fingerprint in some regards. There's something very weird going on here that may be beyond all the stuff that they're throwing out there. You have to admit, when they put out this newer version of the fake Obama birth certificate, they put it out in such a way that even the biggest idiot in the world would realize it was fake. This wasn't an oversight. This wasn't an accident. They put it out showing even every change they made to it so that even the world's biggest effing moron would go like, that's fake. That's fake. Yeah. Truther Bob would even guess that it's fake. So, yeah, Mooch, the scar on the side of his head as well, it's just uncanny. All right? So, why put out a birth certificate and release it on the whitehouse.gov site that shows each and every change was made to it? And I got to admit, if they paid me $100, not that I would do it, for $100, I could have given something that looked pretty damn real, and I would have done it in Photoshop in a really good way where people would have said, oh, this might be fake, and some experts would have said, oh, yeah, this is fake, but not to where your average idiot would be like, that's obviously fake. It's not that hard to do with Photoshop once you get a feel for it. So they did this intentionally. What, they didn't have $100 to pay some hack tech nerd to do it? Not that I'm a hack tech nerd. Not me. So, and what made it really obvious to me is, if you watch, I want to thank Kyle for showing this to me, the Correspondents' Dinner that aired after Donald Trump, after he released his birth certificate, and after Donald Trump, after Donald Trump got on the airwaves and all the shows like The View talking about how fake the Kyle pointed out all the ridiculously gay themes that were put into the beginning of the video, which were pretty obvious for those of the eyes to see them. But so it's like, again, it's a joke on us. But here's Obama making his stupid jokes. There's Trump sitting there. They're looking at each other. They're both smiling and grinning because they're both taking part in the same stupid, dumb show that is intended for us dumbasses. That's why they call us the masses. Dumb asses. Okay? That's why they call us the masses. Dumb asses, dumb asses, dumb asses, dumb asses. Everybody got it? I know there's some people that are listening that are very stupid, like myself. Sometimes it helps to hear things repeated. Oh no, he's using NLP. All right, so now we got the murder Or, I'm sorry, not the murder. We didn't murder Osama. We got him. So now, they sent out the Navy SEAL teams spearheaded by Jesse Ventura, and they caught Osama and killed him. And then they, the beard died, the video camera broke, all this stuff that you ask anybody who's in the military, they will tell you that mission would have been aborted, all this. And I'm not going to get into that, okay? It's just blatantly obvious that whatever they did was staged, wasn't real, and that wasn't him. And there was a reason they put it out in such a way. Look, the technology is there, and the technology is already there now, where if you watch a live video feed from some event, you cannot trust what you are watching. Using green screens and blue screens, they can go ahead and make it look like anything. Look, you don't think a few shysters, temple doggies, even military intel people could have probably put this together with the technology they have, computer technology. Or they could have hired some Hollywood director who would have gladly kept quiet considering his past and all the stuff they would have on him, video proof of him molesting children and whatnot. They could have put together a very convincing video where Obama comes out. See, it already happened. Where Osama comes out carrying, a flaming sword, or if you prefer, a gun, and he's holding a small child and hiding behind a small child to make himself look like a coward. And you see like a SEAL team going, "No, Obama, drop the child, come on, let's fight man to man." And, like one of them put a well-placed shot into his brain cell, and there's brain splatters everywhere, okay? They could have very easily have done that, okay? It's not, they didn't, okay? They could have made it look remarkably real, but they didn't. They put out this because it's a joke. It's a joke. They don't want you to see what may be the truth. And the truth is a lot weirder than all this other crap. And the truth is, they may be one and the same. They may be brothers. I don't know. And that's the joke that's being played on us.